Hey, welcome to this wonderful tech tip video. We're going to be going over SUILEND. A lot of people are using SUI to borrow other assets. So this is the website that I think is the most efficient for most SUI borrowing, lending, that kind of stuff. So if this is something that you want to do, pay attention. This video is for you. But first things first, I did disconnect my wallet so I can show you from start to finish what this is. This is the main page. SUILEND.fi. I'll go ahead and put my a link to this in the description of the video. There's a couple different pages here at the top. I'm on the lend section. So let's do the first thing that we need to do when we do any DApp. Let's go ahead and connect our wallet. So we have a Phantom wallet that I'm using. It'll pull that up, and yeah, easy connection just like anything else. So it'll go ahead and pull up the SUI that you have in your wallet. As you can see, it looks like I have 100 SUI in this wallet. Now, if your SUI is over on Coinbase, you do need to send it to your SUI wallet that's on Phantom. This one's pretty easy to use. So you would go down here to the SUI wallet right here. You'd copy that. If this is not enabled, you can go down here and you can actually switch the networks that you have active in your Phantom. So just go ahead and check the SUI, make sure it's active, and it'll show you your wallet address that you can send to. So I have 100 SUI in this wallet. Now, how do we lend this? So this is kind of confusing when you first look at it. The top option is Spring SUI, which you don't have that. You have regular SUI. Why would you have Spring SUI? You have SUI. So it's kind of weird. So let me just show you how to read this a little bit. This is SUI. This is where you're going to lend or stake. You're not staking it. You're actually lending it. You're just giving it to their contract, and then you are either going to rehypothecate your own funds, or they're just going to use those. So this is how much you actually get for lending your SUI. So if we pop this bad boy up, I'm going to click SUI. It'll pop this whole chart up, and it'll show you're going to get 2.86% APR. Okay, which is pretty cool. I don't know that there's any rewards in this. Yeah, so it looks like. Okay, so that's something else. I'll go over in just a second. So that's the first thing that we need to do. So let's go ahead here, SUI. And I'm not going to do the full amount because remember, you need gas in your wallet, so you need a little bit of SUI left over. So we're going to go with 75 SUI. That's $300 ish. And I'm going to hit deposit SUI. And what that's going to do, it's going to put some SUI in my account over here on SUILEND. And I'll show you what we can do with that here in a second. With SUI, it's actually dang instant, like really fast. So it's already done. So now you can see over here in my deposited assets, I have 75 SUI, or $300. In my wallet still, it shows that I have my 25 SUI left, and I have 0 borrowed assets, okay? Right now, I could look at an overview, and since I have deposited like 4 seconds ago, I have less than a penny earned. But it'll accrue your interest here and kind of show you everything else. Now, if I wanted to borrow against my SUI, I could do so here. So USDC on the SUI network is actually paying 5.45%, not too shabby. The borrow rate is fairly economical, 2.69%. That's not too bad. And the way that they do that is they actually charge 8.73% straight, but then they give you back SUI rewards 6.04%. So it kind of nets against each other. So that's the way that you're going to pay your interest rate. So let's go ahead. You could actually borrow SUI against your own SUI for, anyway, whatever. You wouldn't do that. You would pull your SUI back out. Anyway, so I'm going to borrow USDC. Now remember, I could borrow, I click on the borrow button, and I can borrow up to $210 if I wanted to. I don't like going full max utilization. See how it would take it from 0% to 100%? I don't like doing that, so I'm only going to borrow $100. That gives me a 47% utilization. Maybe I can go 120. Oh, that gives me 56%. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to borrow 120 bucks. Let's hit borrow. And notice here, I hope that I have this in this wallet. So I have my 24 SUI left. I have no USDC and all these junk coins that people send. Notice I have no USDC. So when I borrow this, it's going to go right into my wallet. It's going to make me sign a signature. And then I can go ahead and borrow this bad boy. Now, a couple of things. Remember, when you do borrow this USDC, do not go sending this USDC to your ETH wallet because it is on the Ethereum net, or it is on the SUI network. Okay, you can't send it to an ETH wallet. Coinbase you can send directly there, but make sure you use the SUI network. I'm pretty sure you can use the SUI network on Coinbase, but remember this is USDC on SUI. Okay, so you have a couple options if you want to get it over to the ETH network. Okay, the bridge does not have SUI yet, unfortunately. Okay, I wish they did. So when you go over to the bridge, and if you wanted to transfer that to your ETH wallet, you can't yet because it does not have SUI. So the only way that you can get SUI onto the ETH network, if you don't want to go through Coinbase or something else, is you can go over here. But most people are just going to take their USDC, they're going to send it over to Coinbase. So here's what you could do. You can go SUI and then USDC, okay? And I think it's got my correct wallet. Yeah, it's got $120. So it says select chain and token. This is the wormhole bridge, by the way. So if I wanted to go to the ETH network, I could do that. I would select just straight USDC. Let's go max. Let's actually see how much it's going to cost if I were to do this. So it'll cost about 2 cents. Not too bad at all. And this would get it from SUI USDC to Ethereum USDC. That's an option. Okay, that's obviously an option. If you don't want to do that, or if you don't need to do that, then just go ahead and send your USDC SUI directly to Coinbase, and then you can take your USDC and put it wherever you want. Or you could also just buy more stuff on the SUI network. Okay, for example, if you wanted, even with your USDC, you could just buy more SUI. Easy peasy. You know what I'm saying? But that's just kind of double leveraging anyway. So that kind of gives you all your options. We got the SUI, and then you can see on your dashboard, you can see your borrowed assets. I have $120 borrowed. So if I wanted to repay this, I could. I wonder if interest is accrued to where I can't pay it off now. That would be horrible. Let's see, actually. Let's go ahead. I'm going to show you how to reverse out of everything that I just did, because I'm doing it pretty quick. So let's go repay max. I'm hoping this pays it off. So repay $120 US. If I have to go get like a penny of USDC, I'm going to be so bugged. So repay this off. This should take care of my loan, hopefully. Unless I owe like a penny or a fraction of a penny. Yeah, so I repaid it. Oh no, it says I still owe like a few cents. Oh well. Yeah, so it says I owe a penny still. I should be able to take most of my SUI back out. So if I wanted to take my SUI out, and you can see here, this is where the SUI was going to start accruing if I would have left that USDC loan on. And I would just claim this every couple days or whatever. Claim as SUI is what I do, and then I restake it. But now to get my SUI back out, I go here and I go withdraw. Okay, and then I go max. It's only going to let me take out like not quite 75 because I owe a penny still. So I'm going to take out the max, and then I can do that and then confirm that, and then I should be good to go. And that's it. That's all there is to this. SUI borrowing, lending, and all that action. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So I might have fractions of a penny left in here, whatever it is what it is. I have 99.8, so I lost 0.2 SUI, or probably even less than that actually. I lost 0.0, yeah, not too bad, 0.1 SUI in that whole process. Not a big deal. Okay, so pretty easy to show you guys how to use SUILEND. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop those in the comments. I'll try to read those and get this changed up, but it's pretty straightforward. It's just a little weird sometimes when you're dealing with different assets. So that shows you exactly what to do, what you're getting, and how to borrow, and where to send it. Take it easy. We will see you in the next one.